What's up, guys? Mike here from Bradley Brothers Bushcraft, and I'm back at the gear table, and I want to talk about 4 items that I think can make you way more comfortable and way more happy when you're eating out when you're camping or out when you're hiking. And these 4 items combined only weigh 6 ounces, actually under 6 ounces. So take that into account when you hear these items. And without further ado, let's get right into it with number one. And for number one, I have this wooden mug, or kuksa. And, I really love this thing because it just straight up, look at it. It looks awesome. It looks so cool. It's better than drinking out of just the titanium or stainless steel cookpot that you have because it will keep things hotter for a longer amount of time and you are not going to burn your lips on it. And like I said, you just look so chill. And number two is this thing right here. And what this is the GoBites Uno by humangear. And I actually just call it spoony fork, kind of like cat dog. Anyway, so this thing right here is awesome. Before I got this, I was taking out just a stainless steel spoon and fork, and I was like, I'm not an ultralight guy or anything like that, but I was like, this is a little ridiculous. What can I get that's not a spork? Because I'm not a spork guy either. And so I found this at REI. It was just laying there, in the camp eating section, and I picked it up, and I love it. And so I did some research on humangear. They're a very, very cool company. They're extremely environmentally conscientious. They're keeping their carbon emissions very low when producing these products, and they're all 100% recyclable. So, if anything happens, if you leave this by the fire, or you run it through the dishwasher so many times that it's cruddy, you can just recycle it. And if you can't recycle it, they encourage you to send it back to them so they can recycle it and, get this back into circulation. So that's great on them. I'm not sponsored by humangear or anything like that. I was just curious. I did my research, and, I'm a big fan of spoony fork right here. So coming in at number three, we got this guy right here. And it's exactly what it looks like. It's a Nalgene 2-ounce container. 2 ounces is 60 milliliters, and I use this on the trail to hold butter. And, I'm not exactly a Mountain House guy all the time. I mostly go for the canned food or like Kraft macaroni and cheese, rice-a-roni, things that I could grab at the grocery store just very quickly. And you'd be surprised how many of those instructions, in addition to the water, call for butter or margarine. And let me tell you, you'd really be selling yourself short if you did not bring butter or put any butter in a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Trust me. So this thing right here holds a couple of tablespoons of butter, which is great for one person, maybe even 2 people. And this thing just gets the job done perfectly. I've put butter in a Ziploc bag and just throw it in with the rest of my food in the past, and it gets all crushed up, and then you don't feel like you're getting all the butter. You feel like, someone owes you some butter. It's not a good situation. And so coming in at number 4 is really just more of a sensible thing, I guess it's very, very optional. It's more of not even an item, but it's these things right here. It's just some condiments, you see them. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, hot sauce, ketchup, a little bit of honey for your tea, and jelly for your sandwiches. Now, I'm not saying you need to bring all of this. If you don't like hot sauce, if you don't like ketchup, if you don't like honey, if you don't like jelly, obviously don't bring that. If you don't like salt and you don't like pepper, don't bring that. But I can't tell you how many times I've been out on the trail and I, broke open the can of goulash and I was like, well, this is pretty terrible. I wish I had some hot sauce. Or, in fact, just last week, I went out on the trail and I was having dinner and I had the Amy's lentil soup. And let me tell you, it was great. It was really, I was a big fan, but they boast low sodium. And let me tell you, it was missing just one thing. That's all it was missing, the sodium, the salt. And I'm so glad that I had one of these to just throw in there and just give it that little sodium salt spin. And it was, to me, in my eyes, 100% better. And I'm glad that this virtually weightless item made me feel a little bit more at home, a little bit more comfortable. So, with that being said, guys, that's all the items that I'm going to show you today. It's just a couple of accessories that you can put with your cook kit or in your bag in addition to your cook kit that will just make you feel a little bit more at home, a little more comfortable on the trail, because eating is such an important thing on the trail and being comfortable is such an important thing on the trail. So Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comments. And Mike from Bradley Brothers Bushcraft, out.